It's time for Real Estate 101 with the Carrie Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors.
Good Sunday morning to you. This is Carrie Brown, broker-owner of Realty Executives Preferred Advisors, and you're listening to Real Estate 101. And today I am here with Chris Lanassa. He is the Director of Product Marketing for Vivint Home Security. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Good morning. Doing just fine. How are you?
Good. So we're going to be discussing, obviously, Vivint. And again, that is a home security system, just in case someone doesn't know what it is. And different ways to keep your home safe. There are a lot of different security companies out there. I personally use Vivint for my own home. And when my son moved out, we also got Vivint for his home. I could ramble on for days about the things that I like about it, but I should probably let Chris talk. So, Chris, tell us about Vivint and a little bit of the history behind it and what you would like consumers to know.
Well, I think that, first of all, about Vivint, we have been in the home security and now smart home business for almost 20 years. And so we started as a home security company, and several years ago we moved more into the home automation and smart home area. I think that probably the best thing to know and most important thing to know about Vivint Smart Home is that it is a fully integrated home security and smart home system. So it's more smart home products, it's more home security, and it's with the most options for being able to control. And that's whether it's at your fingertips or whether you're at home or on the go or with your voice. It's really the most comprehensive smart home security system with the most options for control.
I can tell you one of the things I like about it is I can manipulate my furnace and AC from my phone, which has happened to have made us a little bit lazier because we could literally be sitting next to the thermostat and we still use our phone. That's terrible. But we do occasionally just because, you're all wrapped up in a blanket and who wants to get up? And also we can set our alarm from our phone, so I can make sure, when someone's come in late at night, I just reach over, grab my phone, and make sure that they've set the alarm for the night. One of the things I also love is I have specific settings, so if someone locks the door from the outside, it automatically sets the alarm in the inside of the house. So those are just a couple of the things I like. Again, I could ramble on for days. Let's talk about all the great things that House Smart homes offer, because I'm sure that there are plenty of things I've got to learn here.
Well, you've touched on a number of key elements, and it goes back to being able to do more with your smart home system. So, even if it's just adjusting your thermostat, being able to do that from an app, being able to lock your doors, being able to control your lights or your security system, being able to do all of that within one system, and then being able to do it within the same app. It's first of all, it's just easier. It's easier for the user, but it means that everything is also already designed to work together. So it's easier for you to own. You don't have to worry about whether or not your locks are going to work with your lights or it's going to be able to integrate with your security system. We do all the heavy lifting to make sure that all of that's done before you get the system. So in the end, all you have to do is just do what you want to do with your home. It's very easy to manage, and actually we can make it even easier, particularly for things like the thermostat or lights or even your security system and locks, because we also integrate with voice control. So we have the most comprehensive voice control, whether it's an Amazon Echo or a Google Home or an Amazon Echo Dot or an Echo Show. All of those devices are integrated into our system so that you can even be able to change the temperature from sitting on the sofa just by asking Alexa to make it warmer, make it cooler, or having Google Home change the temperature or turn on or off your lights.
So we haven't gone that far as technology is concerned in my house. I had to get my husband past the door lock because it totally freaked him out. Now, if he doesn't have his keys with him, it's not a big deal. But it took him about, I'd say 2 weeks to get used to it. So that will be our next step. We have to break him in. It's like baby steps.
Sure. And it's an important point. It's one of the reasons why when you actually pick a system, it's nice to be able to, if you have the opportunity to see how it works, a lot of times there'll be demo apps and things like that, so that you can get a feel for the user interface. How easy is it to use? How long is it going to take me to learn how to do this? by navigating that. We're very proud of the app experience that we provide for our customers. It's, in fact, one of the highest, not the highest rated app in the App Store for smart homes at 4.5 stars. And it's very intuitive. And we were thoughtful about that insofar as it's not just about the app, but it's also about the experience that you have at the panel, because all of our customers have a panel in their home that sort of makes everything work together and helps everything talk to each other. And that user interface is the same interface that you're going to see on the app. So you only have to learn it once. And then what you do on the app, you do it the same way on the panel. It just makes it a little bit easier for customers to, get through that break-in period that you were describing.
Absolutely. And we have set the alarm off a couple of times on accident. And it's really cool because through your panel, Vivint will call you and say, hey, are you okay? Is there anything we need to do? And obviously, if they don't get you, say you set it off on accident as you were leaving, they call you. So it's really helpful. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had through the console itself just to say, hey, we did that on accident.
It's a surprise for people how often they actually wind up using that feature, and it's an incredibly valuable feature, whether it's because, like you said, you've actually accidentally set the alarm off, and they can come over and they can first talk to you through the panel without having to try and get you on your phone, whether it's your home phone, your mobile phone, and you can basically take care of it quickly and easily right then and there. But also, those folks are available at the, just a touch of a couple of buttons through the quick emergency contact, and they can help you with things if you have to initiate an emergency, something happens in your home. And, we talk to customers, and one of the things that they tell us, they love the fact that they don't have to actually be there, holding a phone or touching something. They can actually talk like a speakerphone through the panel with whatever's going on in their home, and they can get help immediately.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of speculation on how long it'll take me before I set off the smoke alarm just to see if that works too. That was a joke about my cooking, by the way.
I get it. We've done the same thing.
I haven't done it yet, I would just like to say. Not to say that it won't happen. So what would you say would be the best tips that you can offer someone to get their home ready to set up a security system?
Well, I think that the best thing to do is to talk to a professional. I think that, certainly understand, what your home is. Do the things that you need to do in advance of the security system. So make sure all the locks work and that you've got lighting installed in different places around the house, particularly the hard-to-see places. But then, be able to sit down and talk with someone who understands, what the best way is to set up a smart home system. Our professionals can do that. They can actually sit with you and say, okay, this is where we think that you're going to need cameras. This is where you're going to want to have sensors. These folks do this all day long, and it's your home, so it's incredibly important. You want to make sure that if you're going to spend the money to protect probably the most important place that you have, that you're getting it done right, and that's what our professionals do. So I would say that the best thing to do is really to let us sit down and give you sort of an in-home consultation or on the phone consultation. We actually do it both ways, and have those folks sort of take you through, ask you the questions, figure out what the best way to do that is. And then even if it's on the phone, our installers will come out and they'll do a final inspection as well to say, okay, this is where I think you may have a vulnerable point, someplace that you might want a lock or a camera or a motion sensor, something that basically helps keep your home safer. So I think that's probably the thing to do, before you buy, is to just make sure that you do kind of a site survey and know where the security concerns are in your home, so that you can basically address those places first.
And you mentioned the installers. I will say that the guys that came out and installed ours, we had two separate ones because I ordered something. I actually ordered different door locks, and they never complained about their job. They answered all of their questions that I asked them, and I like to ask questions. And were very professional, very helpful. If they were running late at all, they called to let me know. Very professional, and I love when installers come out and they're not complaining about their job. That's one of the quickest ways to turn me off of a company, is for their installers to complain nonstop. These guys did not do that. They love who they work for. So I'm glad you had that experience. Our smart home pros are in fact just that. They are pros, not just because they know what they're doing and because they're experienced, but also because, like you said, they believe in what they do, and they believe that it's important, and they take their job seriously. And so I'm glad that came through in the experience that you had. Absolutely. So Tell us about Vivint and what you would want. What sets you apart from your competition?
I think it goes back to really the comprehensive system. So there are very few systems out there that you can find where you have the security, the lights, the locks, the cameras, an indoor and outdoor doorbell camera, as well as a award-winning app experience. All of those things integrated into one system, and so that it's easy to get. Like we were just talking about, our folks are going to come out and they're going to basically help you set it up, and they're going to install it for you. It's easy to own because everything works together, and all of our products are integrated and designed that way. And then at the end, and this is also important, is that we support all of our products, 24/7 support on the phone. And if we can't fix it over the phone, then we're going to send somebody out to help you out. So we're not going to basically leave it to you, and we're always available. I mean, after all, you want your system to work 24 hours a day, so we have to work 24 hours a day too. So that's whether that's our monitoring folks or it's our service personnel. So the folks, our smart home pros who go out and install systems and then help service those systems when something goes wrong. So, I mean, I think that those are the things that really differentiate Vivint, is our people and the services that we provide. We have great products, but they enable some really terrific experiences and services. And because we have that wide ecosystem of smart home products that are all integrated together and then basically work back through just one app, it's just a better experience for our customers. It's a simpler experience, and it's a joy to live in a smart home. It's a joy to live in a Vivint smart home.
Funny story. We have the doorbell camera, so obviously we can see when people come and go. You can also talk through it. It's a lot of fun if people don't know that you can do that. Husband jumped sky high whenever he came home, and I could see him from my phone. I was showing it to somebody, so it was a matter of timing. I just happened to have the app up and saw that he had come in. So while he's sitting there trying to get the door open, I'm talking to him, and he jumped sky high. That was awesome. Made my day, by the way. So I never do get the jump on him. He's always pulling something on me, so thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you have that, because it's amazing that we actually have folks submit videos back to us of things that happen on their doors, and sometimes their experiences like what you had, they're just funny. Folks just have a lot of fun with it, but at the same time, there's a security angle to it as well. I mean, people tend to think about things like lighting control or even cameras or locks as a home automation, which they are, but they're security devices as well. And what's amazing is some of the videos that we see back where folks will literally just walk up on a front porch and they'll just take something and run away, and the camera is right there, and it basically catches the entire thing, and we actually get that footage. And so that footage is valuable, right? So it's whether it's on the doorstep or maybe it's an indoor camera capturing something that happens if somebody comes into the house, or for that matter, our outdoor cameras and what they capture. All of that is very valuable as far as being able to then figure out what happened and be able, and that footage is useful to the police to then be able to see if they can track down the crook and be able to then catch them. And it happens quite frequently that footage is capable of doing that. It's another thing that sets Vivint apart, in that, our systems, when you buy a full system with us, it comes with our video systems come with 30 days of continuous footage, and that allows you to be able to go back through and look at everything that's happening. You can actually, take little clips of it, and you can share those clips. So if something happens, you can easily find it because everything is triggered by motion. You can easily find it, and then you can make a clip of it, and then you can give it to whoever you need to. And sometimes it's just a funny moment, like you were describing. Maybe it's something your kids do in the backyard or inside, and sometimes it's a security issue where somebody's basically done something, and you need the footage in order to try and find them. Absolutely,
and I know if you're on Facebook at all, especially on the police pages or the community next door neighbor pages, there's been a lot of that. There's been theft from boxes sitting on the front porch and clear video of who is stealing it. Even at night, you can make out who it might be. So being a criminal anymore is getting harder and harder because we're all getting video of what you're doing. So, absolutely right. We have video of what you're doing. And again, because it's so important to us that it's about more than just one product. A doorbell camera is better when it's partnered with a lock or it's partnered with a garage door. So you mentioned packages.
We've done our own studies that show that, package theft is a big concern for Americans, and a lot of folks are actually changing the way they shop online as a result of that. One of the use cases that we like to tell and that we've actually seen is that when you've got a doorbell camera that's partnered with a garage door controller, you can actually have the delivery person just slide the package into the garage, and then you can close the garage back behind them. And all of that can happen through your app while you're at work or on vacation or anything else, and that way that package stays safe. Or for that matter, you could even just call a neighbor and let them in through the front door, and they can put the package inside, and then they can close it back up, and you can lock it, and you don't have to be there to do it. So it's a way of basically not only deterring crime, but you can also, prevent it by being able to, take the incentive away.
Absolutely. And in my industry, in showing houses, you can set a specific code for realtors so that you're not giving out your personal code into the home, and you can delete that code. So anytime we're gone, we have a house sitter that comes and stays. We can go in and we can enter their own code in and then delete it whenever we leave or whenever we're back. You can also, instead of giving out your code, you can unlock the door for them. So you're not ever being compromised in your home as far as handing out your code that, could inadvertently be read out loud on accident in front of someone. So there's a lot of control there and being able to see. I know we have cameras around our home that, like, say, for instance, a door, just to make sure that there's nothing going on outside that's opposite or not the same as our doorbell camera. So lots of, you feel safer being able to just look at your phone. If you hear something in the middle of the night, you look at the phone and just make sure, was it a bird that flew into the window or somebody trying to break in? So you just feel more secure.
Absolutely. And, the best part is because, in a Vivint system, those locks are integrated into your security system and basically controllable from the app. Not only does it allow you to control it, but it does give you a record of that activity. And you were talking about, user-specific codes. That's a big benefit. And so as you create those users in the system and you give them those codes, not only does it give them a code that is for a very specific use, but it also gives you a record of every time they come and go. So if they come and use that code to get in, you know that they came into your house and you know that they're there or that they've come and gone. So it's just, like you said, it's just more peace of mind, with a little bit more visibility and a lot more control over your home.
Thanks for listening. We're going to take a quick break to have a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be back. I'll be talking with Chris Lanassa again from Vivint Smart Home about the future of smart homes.
Southwest Topeka has a good neighbor. State Farm agent Jim Garrison, now at 29th and Urish. If your current insurance situation has you going around in circles, get off the roundabout and stop in and meet Jim and his wonderfully efficient staff. Let Jim Garrison give you a quote and make the Garrison comparison. He's confident that with State Farm's competitive rates, the right coverage, and his unmatched service, you'll want to make him your new insurance agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Jim Garrison is there for you, northeast of the roundabout at 29th and Urish.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Last night we put on an epic light show.
Yeah, we did.
The crowd loved us. We love the crowd.
Wait, but there were only 4 people out there.
Yeah, but did you see their 4 faces? All 8 of their eyes lit up brighter than ours. And we're fireflies.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, that one girl, she looked like she'd never seen glow-in-the-dark like this before, and we invented glow-in-the-dark.
Yeah, we invented it.
And we're going to be out here every night rocking out our light show at a forest near you.
Woohoo!
So come check us out.
Check us out.
And bring your kid, all ages show. Oh, but don't bring any of those glass jars, because they make us kind of nervous.
Yeah, and I'm super claustrophobic.
Whether you're rocking their world or they're rocking yours, some memories never fade. Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you and discover other cool things to do when you go, like fishing, biking, or even camping. Visit discovertheforest.org.
See you later!
Yeah, see you soon.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Thanks for joining us again. This is Carrie Brown, broker owner of Realty Executives Preferred Advisors, and you're listening to Real Estate 101. And I am back with Chris Lanassa. Chris is the Director of Product Marketing for Vivint Smart Home. So, Chris, we were just before the break, we were about to discuss the future of smart homes and where you see this going. So, if you would, take it away.
Well, I mean, it's always been our priority to make the smart home as easy for a homeowner to use as possible. Our corporate motto is live more, manage less, and we really do believe in that. And so, like we talked about before, having everything integrated together, making sure that everything is designed to work together. It's all available through an easy to use and highly rated smart home app. Those are ways that we've done that up to this point. And now as we look towards the future, we want to continue to leverage, improved machine learning analytics and technology to make it even easier for you to use your smart home so that in the end, your smart home starts to manage itself by taking cues from you and interacting with you on what you like and what you don't like. And one of the big announcements that we made at the Consumer Electronics Show this past year was our artificial intelligence called Sky, which is our smart home assistant. And the point of Sky is really to take some of those things that you have to do today in order to, make your smart home work and basically automate those things for you. So, for example, when Sky recognizes that you've left the house and that you're gone and that the house is empty, and it can do that because we install more sensors inside the house than anybody else. And what we can do is we can then use those sensors in order to be able to determine is somebody home or somebody not home. And if not, then we can send a notification saying, hey, it looks like everybody's away. Would you like me to secure the home? And if you answer yes, if you've forgotten to lock a door or to arm the system or maybe turn off lights, Sky can take care of that for you. So it really is, it's about remembering when you forget. Our artificial intelligence is designed to do that. And so it's all about just making the smart home even smarter and even easier to use so that the home really works for you and not the other way around. We really would like it so that the smart home manages itself, but it makes sure that you always understand that you're in control, right? So it's always going to reach out to you and say, would you like me to do this? I've noticed this. Or if it notices that you're coming home, hey, it looks like you're on your way home. Would you like me to get the house ready? So it can, set the thermostat back to a comfortable temperature. It can turn on lights in the places that you're going to be coming in. It'll disarm the system so that you don't get the false alarm because everybody hates false alarms and having to deal with that. It's just a way of basically taking those friction and those pain points out of the experience and making it even easier for you to have a smart home such that, the real magic of it all becomes that you don't really have to do anything at all.
So now if it would just cook for me and let the dog in and out, could it take it for a walk?
We'll be working on that. We'll have to look at that down the road.
Hey, it was worth a try.
Yeah.
So when it comes to getting ready and say you want to talk to a Vivint, a representative for Vivint Smart Home, how does a consumer go about getting in touch with you?
I think the best way is really through Vivint.com. They can go out there and they can get an overview of our service offerings and what we provide and what we do. And then it's very easy to contact us at that point and then be able to talk with a consultant about what kind of smart home it is that you think that you need. And they'll take you through the process step by step and put the options in front of you and then build a customized smart home that fits exactly what you need in the way that your home works.
So if a consumer wanted to purchase Vivint Smart Home Security, what kind of packages do you guys have to offer?
Well, we have a couple of packages, service plans that we offer for customers, and it really depends upon whether they want to have cameras as a part of their system or they don't. But up front, when you've gone through that process with our smart home pros and with the technician or our folks on the phone, we'll also give you options as to how to pay for the system. And so you've got a couple of options. One is a no contract option, where if you want to pay for the system up front, you can do that, and then you're bound by a contract. You're just a month-to-month subscription customer. Or if you want to finance it, we'll actually allow you to finance that system for up to 5 years with no interest. So you can basically pay for that over time, very low monthly payments, in addition to your service plan. So we have a service plan that starts at $39.99, and that's for smart home automation as well as for security. It does not come with camera support. If you'd like the camera support, then you upgrade to our $49.99 package, which is our smart home video package. And you can basically then, you've got camera support, you've got 30 days of continuous coverage when you have our smart drive, and all of that basically is included in that monthly charge. But we want to make it easy for them to be able to purchase the system and do it whichever way they're comfortable. Like I said, if they are looking for just a month-to-month subscription and they want to pay for the system up front, that's great. If they'd like to basically take time and pay for it over time, we'll give them that option too.
That sounds great. So definitely trying to make it as easy as possible. I tell you, you'll
Absolutely.
love it. I love being able to use my phone at any given point in time. I know who's come and gone. I know what's going on. I haven't figured out quite yet. I think I need to get a little bit more tech savvy to be able to tell Zeus to get off the couch that he's not supposed to be on. Zeus is our husky who thinks that he can do whatever he'd like while we're gone. He hasn't learned how to make sandwiches yet, so that's good. Or open the refrigerator. But definitely, freaking him out a little bit, telling him to get off the couch would be good. Okay, so thank you so much, Chris Lanassa, for joining us. And again, Vivint Smart Home. And tell us one more time where to go out and check out the systems and how to get what we would like ordered.
Just go to Vivint.com and take a look there, and then by all means, go ahead and call the number there, and we can contact you and take you through the process.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
And as always, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, be sure and give us a call at 785-213-5188. If you're looking for a home anywhere near the Kansas border, all the way up to the Nebraska border, clear out to Junction City, and all the way down to Emporia, be sure and check out our website at www.nekansashomes.com. We have all 4 MLSs on there. It's more accurate than even going to Zillow. So you would be able to find anything that you're looking for that is currently on any of the 4 MLSs, which is Kansas City, Lawrence, Topeka, and Manhattan. So definitely check that out. And if you would like to shoot us an email, our email address is preferredadvisorsteam@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook by looking for Realty Executives Preferred Advisors. And we're on Twitter, Snapchat, all again, Realty Executives Preferred Advisors Team. And give us a call, 785-213-5188. Thanks for listening to Real Estate 101.
Thank you for listening to Real Estate 101 with the Carrie Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors. Tune in again next Sunday at 11 o'clock for Real Estate 101.